Alright, so hey there Cosmic Warriors, and welcome back to my Zodiac Signs as Student series. Okay, so in today's video we are going to be taking a look at the Capricorn student as I describe 3 different skill subjects that I personally think can be associated with the sign of Capricorn. Now, I would like to highlight that this video can resonate for you if you have any of your personal planets within the sign of Capricorn, but this video is mostly directed towards those of you who have your Mercury in Capricorn, or if you have the lovely sign of Capricorn ruling your 3rd house as well. Now, I would also like to mention here that even if you're not a student anymore, even if you're no longer at school, I still recommend watching this video because you can still learn a lot from this video, and you may find that what I'm going to say in today's video, it can be applied to your everyday life. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. Now, before we do get started though, if you would like to know more information about the sign of Gemini through the different houses, if you want to know more information all about the Mercury signs, the Mercury houses, the 3rd house as well within astrology, then I have created a Gemini season / Gemini archetype ebook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide a link to that ebook in the description box below so that you can pick up your copy today. So with all those introductions out of the way, Mercury in Capricorn / Capricorn ruling the 3rd house. Let's do this. Okay, Capricorn, so the first subject I chose for you is none other than politics, and the reason for why I chose this is because you're the sign that is associated with social standing and societal structures. Oh yes, make no mistake about it, the sign of Capricorn packs a mighty punch of authority and respect. I was actually going to use history as one of your subjects as well, due to your sign being very much conscious of traditions, very much conscious of age. Your sign is really associated with protecting how things have been done over time. So looking at the historical legal cases or how certain laws came to be, for example, just looking at how society has been structured, what is the system within society and how that all sort of operates and functions. All those types of things are very much associated with your sign, but then history along with that, you may find it really interesting to learn about how all of these structures have come to be over time. But just focusing mostly on here politics, I can also see how politics can engage you in that way too, in similar ways with history. And after all, your sign as well, it does represent governmental structures and laws. So, of course, looking at the government, looking at politics, but still, why is it that it would be beneficial for you to study politics? Well, by studying politics, Capricorn, you will gain information on current and post-political conflicts, and how those very things have formulated the models of governments and ideologies that we have today. And politics can also help you know your rights. And politics can also help you prepare for adulthood. Now, some of you might just be watching this and thinking of how corrupt politics is. I mean, do you want the puppet on the left? Or do you want the puppet on the right? Who is the man behind the Iron Curtain? But yet, no matter how much we try to escape politics or how much we complain about it, we can't really deny that it still exists. We can't deny that our humanity has set rules and regulations to abide by, and if not, they will be punished. But even the punishments of mankind also filters into the likes of ethics and morals as well. Meaning that, well, law enforcement, it can be rather tricky. I mean, is it fair to throw a person into prison with the same jail sentence as someone who committed a more hateful or sinister crime. So naturally, whenever we do look at politics, we notice how much of an impact that it has on the world around us. How much politics can result in legal action, economical crashes, war, border control, and criminal justice. Capricorn, it is the study of politics that can encourage you to learn about all of these things and to question these things, and then to decide for yourself how these things actually then fit into your own mindset. Though still, in terms of skills that you can learn by studying politics, well, you can then apply different concepts, theories, and methods to analyzing different political issues and ideas and practices. You can also demonstrate an understanding of the origins and the evolution of international politics as well. Plus, you can also learn how to work independently, where you demonstrate initiative, where you are self-organized, and where you manage your time effectively. And it is you, Capricorn, that is known for being highly organized, and you're able to manage your time professionally as well. You are going to be one committed and disciplined learner and researcher, resulting in you perhaps becoming an authority within whatever it is that you're studying. Okay, so some things to learn here, Capricorn. Well, when it comes to this term authority, so being an authority within what you're researching, what you're learning, well, there can be a tendency of you speaking like you are an authority within whatever field or line of work you are in, or what knowledge you're processing. But it's just that this being an authority, it can come from a place sometimes of assumptions. It can come from a place of you holding what you have to share with other people, or the knowledge that you know, that holds more substance, that is like above others. And it's this sort of overpowering approach that may turn people off slightly. See, you might think that your approach should be respected because after all, you're the boss, right? But just remember that what goes up must come down, meaning that in order to be an authority, you must also accept authority as well. Therefore, Capricorn, it is about listening to others and sharing relevant common ideas and themes and concepts with others, rather than always thinking that you must be correct or like you have all the answers, that you know it all. So, you know, maybe trying to lighten the load a little bit, you know, that would be a good idea, rather than taking things so seriously all the time. And so by you paying attention to what others have to say, you can learn a little something as well. Alright, so the second subject I chose then was business, or in brackets, management. Now this one is probably very obvious, and it's also a field that you may actually study at university. So with that in mind, if you have Capricorn ruling your 9th house, this may resonate. But regardless if you study at university or not, business can also be used within your everyday life. So within your daily reactions or interactions with other people. For example, when it comes to money management, business, Capricorn, can encourage you to really pay attention. It can encourage you to pay attention to the cash flow, pay attention to your expenses. Business can also encourage you to pay attention to your time management as well. So really looking at your goals, looking at the specific amounts of time that you have in order to complete certain projects that you're working on. Time management as well can also help you overcome procrastination or waiting until the last minute to do something. Furthermore, Capricorn, when it comes to business, well, you can develop the skill of how to resolve conflicts. So if you do go into the working force or into a particular business, then how those operations are ran, you want those to be ran smoothly. And so by learning business, you can then sort of help with resolving certain conflicts that might happen within that business that result in it not being very smooth anymore. So you're able to then bring an end to disagreements through the conflict resolutions, and then you're also able to strategize what you can do further from there. These types of skills can certainly prepare you for the working world, Capricorn. It's also the study of business that can encourage you to plan effectively, plan ahead, and also how and when to really calculate things or take calculated risks. So knowing how to prepare your day, knowing how to prepare your week, knowing how to prepare your month, your year ahead, these very long-term plans as well. Just the preparation of that and planning of that, the organizing of that, calculating what's going on, calculating who's doing what, calculating if you should make this decision or not. And business can also encourage you to seek out the value in things as well. So when it comes to certain vehicles you may be buying or certain property you want to buy, business can encourage you to get the best thing that's of best value and quality for yourself. And it's certainly a subject that will help you understand key business functions as well. So the likes of human resources, marketing, accounting, information management. But above all else, studying business will encourage you to challenge yourself, Capricorn, where you take responsibility for your actions with great discipline and perseverance. And besides, you've got to be self-motivated when it comes to business, and you are the sign who would step up to the plate in that regard. And if it is that you are that type of Capricorn who wants to be your own boss, well, studying business can certainly help you make this a reality for yourself. Alright, so some things to learn here, Capricorn. Well, whilst there is a tendency of you speaking with authority where you believe what you know is best, well, there's also a tendency of you doubting yourself. And it's these doubts and it's these potential fears that can result in you making decisions that leave you feeling discontent or dissatisfied with the outcome. Though the question is, why is it that you might doubt your capabilities? Well, the thing about the Mercury and Capricorn energy is that it can suggest this sort of uphill battle mentality, this struggle to reach the pinnacle of your successes or what you deem to be successful within your mind. So already you're adding this pressure on yourself to achieve certain goals that seem so far out of your reach, but you're thinking about them. So it only makes sense that you're going to doubt yourself from time to time, because it's like, well, when is my time? When is the hard work going to finally pay off? But what you must understand is that delays are not punishments. Delays don't mean that you're doing a bad job or that you're not doing enough, but rather you are preparing yourself. You are working on that project now, but you must also give it time to really make an impact in order to really grow or flourish. So maybe one of the things to learn here, Capricorn, is that these doubts that you have when it comes to the long term, your long-term goals, these denials that you might have in yourself, well, maybe these very things can actually strengthen you. Maybe they can help you in some way. So perhaps it's good to learn how to just go with those ups and downs in life, that you're going to go into these moments of self-doubt from time to time, but you're going to move through that self-doubt. And so by you sort of just going with those ups and downs, then maybe you can just remain more calm, a wee bit more calm towards your position, rather than spiraling down into these pits of depression where it just results in you loathing yourself or loathing the whole process. And maybe as well, it's good to try and not focus so much on your reputation or on your status that comes along with what you're learning. So trying to learn to lighten the load a bit, trying to go easy on yourself, but ultimately, Capricorn, learn how to just stay focused and be patient with yourself, rather than beating yourself up or fearing that you won't achieve the things that you have mentally set out to do. And last but not least, the final subject I chose for you, Capricorn, is engineering. Now again, this is a subject that you might study at university, so if you do have Capricorn ruling your 9th house, this might resonate. which, by the way, if you do have Capricorn on the 3rd house or Mercury in Capricorn, you might actually be interested in studying the likes of maths or science, as these things, they are very much required when it comes to engineering. But it is engineering that involves design, building, and the use of engines and machines and structures. All these things that can be associated with your sign, Capricorn. Now, you are a sign of building and construction, which, by the way, as well, you might actually be interested in studying architecture as well, so designing and constructing buildings. But focusing here more on engineering, well, it's engineering that we see all around us, right? So even if you are interested in studying engineering or you're not, well, engineering can be seen in your everyday life. So, for example, cars need engineers to design them, roads require civil engineers, and mobile phones and computers, they need electrical engineers. The list can go on, and there are many types of engineering, but still, it's engineering that can be related to pretty much everything around us. I mean, all we have to do is look at the homes or the houses that we live in, or look at the building that we go to for our work. Though still, in terms of skills that you can learn through this field of study, Capricorn, well, your technical skills will certainly be challenged, as well as your numeracy and also your computer skills. Project planning will also be a major theme, so looking at how you can run a project effectively and really being able to balance different demands, such as the cost, such as the quality, and such as the speed. Ultimately, Capricorn, engineering is a study that will involve practical work where you are very much hands-on. Plus, it just might set you up for professional success, though be aware of the R's. Some things to learn here, Capricorn. Well, there is a tendency of you being extremely cautious about things. So cautious about what you say, cautious towards interactions that you have with others, cautious about how you approach your environment. Now, this caution can be used to your benefit, such as setting realistic goals and earning respect, and also giving respect as well. However, it's this same caution that can result in a rather fatalistic attitude, where you might believe that you can't really change or control a certain situation or event from happening, so you might just have this attitude of, well, why bother then, you know? So you might miss out on a certain opportunity because what's the use anyway? So really, why would you want to step into a new territory if there's no purpose or no prime reason for it? Because there is nothing you can do to change it anyway. For example, if you think that you're going to fail your test, then you might just decide, you know what, I'm not going to bother studying. Well, I'm here to ask you, Capricorn, how do you know unless you try? Sure, yes, you might suggest that you already know, especially if you have all the evidence or all of the receipts, but by you actually setting something in motion, who knows how your words can influence the outcome or the situation. Therefore, Capricorn, maybe it's a good idea for you to identify the times in which caution can turn into stagnation, but that stagnation can be to such an extent that you just are left feeling paralyzed, feeling really rigid, feeling really limited with nowhere to turn. You have the tendency of going to the worst case scenario, and your energy can be quite pessimistic. But like I have said before in another video, I think, even behind a sky full of gloomy dark clouds, there exists that blue sky by which the sun is still shining. Okay then, Cosmic Warriors, so that concludes my video on the Capricorn student. Now, if you happen to have your Mercury in Capricorn or Capricorn ruling your third house and you have any experiences you would like to share, then I would like to hear your thoughts and opinions and your experiences in the comment section down below. So with all that being said then, thank you so much for watching, thank you for subscribing, and of course if you would like to see more videos from myself and you have not yet subscribed, then go right ahead and click the subscribe button. And I will be back with another video very, very soon.